Hello everyone, Zikiziel here, and for this video, it's not really much of a reaction because I've watched this before, but today I just felt like gushing about how much I love the Vampire Coast in Warhammer Fantasy, and especially the trailer that CA made for it, for Total War Warhammer 2's DLC, Curse of the Vampire Coast. As And as always, there'll be a link to the original video in the description box below, and disclaimer that that Warhammer Fantasy and everything in it belongs to Games Workshop, and 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 all that, and that this video is purely for entertainment. But without further ado, let us get into the Pirates of the Caribbean-esque adventures of was it Grand Arch Commodore Luthor Harkon. I love vampires. I love pirates.
Believe us.
I love ships. So just when I found out about the Vampire Coast originally, this just ticked so many boxes for me.
Tales we could tell.
And to think, you have the leader of the faction digging around for treasure himself.
Though
And him and his, ramblings talking to a literal corpse that he himself impaled.
truth be told, it started very poorly.
Get to see how the stark raving madman he is, with his mind split into multiple personalities.
The blood runs cold. We take our look, but don't get old.
I also love the tattered sail shanty so much. If my singing voice wasn't absolutely horrible, I would sing along.
I was one, but now we are many.
Just seeing him, just seeing him continue digging, and even in fact how he stops to watch as the cannonballs just sail overhead on their way past him.
We all agree on one thing: to sail the coast. Hunt down those lizard trinkets, and we will find them.
Oh, and for anyone who's actually new to this somehow, despite this trailer being years old and all that, the reason he keeps saying we is because, again, his mind is fractured into multiple personalities, so the we is all of his personalities together want to fix themselves. Which I also love that you can actually do that in-game, in the campaign. And just imagine being one of the Empire soldiers, and just this shows up in the middle of the night. It's misty. You're out in like the border, either the border colonies or off in the New World, like in Lustria, where Marcus Wolfhart was setting up, and just this shows up.
One piece at a time.
Seeing how excited he is and he digs for it, and how he goes as far as actually to be not even just scooping it up with a shovel or anything. He's flinging handfuls of sand everywhere as he tries to dig up that piece of the artifact.
We will put ourselves back together.
Just the energy he has. It's just so fun to watch.
Fortune favors the infamous.
also I also just love the animated Hulks. Actually, just go back, can see them properly. Yeah, I also love the animated Hulks too, and just the amalgam of things they're made of, like with the crab claw and having like on the left there, you can see an entire just squid head just coming out of his chest. I love the mechanics. Oh, and people asking for naval combat, and when CA decided that we're not going to add naval combat, we're just going to make the ships walk on land. I also just love how just aesthetically fitting so much of this stuff is. It like yeah, so yeah, so like I've actually heard from people who have been to Warhammer Fantasy much longer than I have that so much of the Vampire Coast stuff for this DLC was basically either completely fabricated because they needed to fill out the roster, or was based on stuff that got just very little content in actual Warhammer Fantasy, like things that maybe had like a paragraph or two about them at most and were rarely seen. And I just love that something so obscure actually, relatively speaking, within the world got got so much attention, and it's a thrill. Both like it's a everything about them is just wonderful. I love the tattered sea shanty. I love the trailer. I love playing them. You know, as long like whenever I'm not dealing with being at war with the entirety of Lustria as Luthor Harkon in game, because that tends to happen. You know, where one group of lizardmen declares war on you, so then the rest of them have a worse reputation about you, like you have a worse reputation with them, so more of them declare war on you, and then just before you know it, you're fighting a war on like five different sides, and it starts to feel like you're the Empire. But but when you're not dealing with that, there's something just very satisfying about playing them, and also very fun about having the shambling hordes of zombie pirates. I also just love how in the how how it also shows in the other trailer, which like the one that was released first, where they show the opening cinematic for the Vampire Coast campaign, how like even the zombie pirates like have personality. Like, they're not mindless shambling zombies. Like they'll actually speak and say things like "Aye, aye, Captain" and stuff. Which, like, sure, they're still zombies, but I just also like the fact that there's a bit more personality to them. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching with me and well, watching me gush about how much I love these guys. And hope you all have a wonderful night. Ta-ta!